Good morning. I'm in my happy place. We got Stella in the stanchion and we just put the milker on her. Something that's been on my mind, especially this past week, Stella is there. Murphy has spent the past 12 hours out there. So they're communicating. But something that's been on my mind for a long time, but has come to the forefront with taking the lambs in for butcher, is the conversation which some of you I know have some thoughts and feelings on too, is like raising an animal and then taking it to butcher to provide for your family or somebody else's family, to not make too romantic, right? Like yesterday, I'm doing that video with Murph and he's like literally licking my face, and even myself, I'm looking like, you're gonna have to butcher that guy someday. Will you be able to do it? And when I dropped the sheep off for slaughter the other day, and actually going back when I dropped the pigs off, and we know this, somebody's got to do that work. Somebody has to do that work. Somebody has to be the one to put that animal down, to hang it up, to skin it, to eviscerate it. Somebody has to do that. And I'm not the first, obviously. And there's a lot of discussion about how that food arrives to your and my plate. And I think I know there's a spin on it, especially from big industry, about caring and loving for the animals. And then you actually see the conditions that they're in. You're like, I don't know about caring and loving in that regard. But that's kind of where I'm at with it, in the sense of like, the ability to do it has a lot to do with truly loving Stella. Is Stella gonna come up and lick my face like Murphy or Daisy? No. But I love her. I love what she provides for our family. But at some point, there'll be a decision where we'll have to sell her a couple years down the road or further, or take her to slaughter. I think the most important thing I'm trying to convey in this, because you're all intelligent, you guys know this, is that's why it's so important to know where your food came from. And mostly speaking, when you buy from that small local farmer, they're having these tough conversations with themselves, with their peers, with their children and family as they do these things, meaning like raising them, naming them. I did a whole video on naming and then taking them to the butcher. Like that's reality. That's what our forefathers had to do to provide for their family. You know, those moms and dads that had to go out and butcher the chicken and train the child how to do it. Like, I think there's something idyllic about it and romantic. So in the theme of today's video about tough decisions and sending animals to slaughter, and it's not just slaughter and providing, for your family, those decisions. It's about separating mom and baby. And it wasn't planned, but not here to pull at your heartstrings, but this is what pulls at my heartstrings. She's out here, mom's in there for the past 12 hours, but this is the reality that we need in order for Murphy not to drink all the milk. And I mean, look at this, watch him when he comes in here, right? And he's gonna go right for her side. He knows exactly how to position himself, and he's right there he is, right? And I'm gonna be the person that separates that, both on a daily basis and or permanent weaning basis, right? But there's a conversation here for the health of mama too. And mama would naturally wean her over time as she's pregnant and knows the other calf is coming along, but here's Mother Nature at work, bumping with his head to get that milk let down. I usually leave some on there so that he doesn't get too aggressive without getting milk. But again, in today's conversation about, the tough conversation, if you will, this is part of our reality, and Murph is demonstrating that close relationship with mom that, humans intervene in. So look at Murph, he's happy. Stella, maybe not so much when he does that. Sorry, I had a timeout there. Stella's the milker. She was about getting milked out, and I wanted to leave some for Murph. So there's Murph back on it. There's a little cutout talking about that specifically as well. But as I was saying, there's something idyllic and romantic about it. That proximity to your animal as well as doing the work itself. But I kind of dumb it down and get linear, like nuts and bolts. Like somebody has to provide the meat because I'm a carnivore. I'm always going to be a carnivore. I have to shoot the deer, the duck, the pheasant, whatever it might be, or you may have to. And again, I think there's this idyllic romantic view of sometimes that, we spin things, as a marketing opportunity. I've just always been a guy that just gets down to the nitty gritty of, hey, this is tough. And it doesn't always feel great to be that person in those decisions and actions. And I think there's a lot of spin, and I talked about it, the one bad day when the animals leave the farm for slaughter, and there's truth to that. I think we over romanticize it in order to sell you a product. It's just reality, right? Somebody's got to do this work, and there's definitely a discussion of scaling and providing food for much larger populations than my 6-person family. It's not easy. I love it. I'm learning. And specifically following me, you know this already, but I love these animals. I don't take those responsibilities lightly. This video isn't response to anybody other than this has been on my mind and a few comments and discussions with other people over the past couple of weeks. I just want to do a little piece on it and show you that we love our animals. And specifically, the sheep for this content this week, they're going to provide a bountiful harvest for our family. So I need to get chores done. I'm babbling. I'm in my good headspace right now. Have a great day.